Hello my doves, welcome to Aphrodite by Olympia. Today's video is going to be a 6-hour wear test on some new foundation from Australis here in Australia. They have a new foundation, it's called Fresh and Flawless. I've got two shades for you guys, Coca and Brown Spice. I'm also going to feature in this video their new concealers. It's also called Fresh and Flawless Conceal and Contour. I've got two shades for you guys, Deep and Fawn. And on top of that, we're also going to do an eye look using the MESMERIZE eyeshadow palette from Australis as well. If any of those products entice you whatsoever, I suggest you keep watching.
From the top, drop that, yeah, feel the funk, y'all, yeah, feel the funk, y'all, yeah, lay back in the cut, what's up?
Okay guys, welcome back to Aphrodite by Olympia. If you're new here, my name's Olympia and I do videos here on YouTube about beauty and makeup available in Australia for deeper skin tones. I am so pumped. I am so pumped to get into this foundation review because it is an Australian brand. It's called Australis. This is the Fresh and Flawless Full Coverage Foundation infused with vitamin C and SPF 15. And the reason I'm excited is because they have extended their shade range. Well, not extended, they've released this new foundation, but they've included 30 shades. Yeah, 30 shades. So it's a good range of shades of like light, medium, tan, deep, so dark and deep. So I'm super excited in that respect. I was just considering purchasing like all the deepest shades for you guys. But I mean, let me just see how I like the foundation first, and if I really like the foundation, and then I'll go and purchase the deeper shades for my makeup kit. So there is that. Now a little bit about this foundation. So this foundation is full coverage, it's lightweight, it has vitamin C, vitamin E and SPF that's supposed to help smooth and protect the skin. So I'm super excited to try this, guys. I am having some skin situations because it's, you know, that time of the month, so I've got a little bit of a breakout around my cheeks, which is what I normally do. And yeah, and we're gonna see how much it like actually covers up. So stinking excited. Oh my god, this is so Australian. Say see ya to pores and fine lines, and hello to soft airbrush finish that will party with you, not against you. Look fresh and flawless all day every day. okay Australis, let's see. Alright, so we're going to do this in stages. I'm going to swatch the shades for you guys on my face real quick. So it comes in a squeezy tube type bottle, kind of similar to Cover FX Power Play. It's got a squeezy bottle as well. And I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze this onto my face. This first shade is Coca. So Coca is dark with neutral undertones. Ooh, that's a good match. And Brown Spice is dark with warm undertones. I'm gonna go with Brown Spice just because I feel the undertones is better than Coca. I'm gonna just do my usual skin prep because my skin is acting up. I'm gonna go in with Farsali and a tiny bit of Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. Just like the tiniest bit. Now I've been liking the effect of setting my primer down. If you guys have seen my haul video where I spent literally an obscene amount of money on makeup, would you believe that I still have makeup coming and I've like made further orders since then? I mean, are we surprised? Are we actually surprised? That would be a no. I will, of course, go one side with a brush and one side with a sponge just to see what is the best application method for this foundation. Off the bat, just by doing the swatches, I can tell it's really quite watery. So that tells me if it's quite watery that the brush is going to be a better application because it's not going to soak up too much of the product. Okay, so we're going in with the shade Brown Spice. We're going to go in with a Morphe Y6. And we're gonna do brush on this side. So I'm just gonna, I don't know how much to use. I've got that much on my face. coverage with the brush. So that's what we look like halfway, but it definitely looks full coverage, that is for sure. And that blended out really, really easy. Smells like, what does that smell like? I can't figure out what that smells like. It smells like carrot cake. Like cake. It smells like cake to me. I don't know if anyone else has used this and recognizes cake. Alright, that's pretty much well blended through. We're gonna go this side. Oh, I did shake this first as well, guys. Okay, going in with the Sonia Kushak sponge. You guys, it's definitely full coverage. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely full coverage. It has covered everything. What do we think about this shade? I feel like it's a little dark. A little dark for me when compared to my chest, but that's okay. We can work with that. I do still have a concealer to try. What to mention? Price of this foundation. You probably need to know that. Is $19.95 Australian dollars, and this retails at Priceline, Australis.com, no, AustralisCosmetics.com.au. I'm not sure if they've got international shipping. I will check in post-production and I'll pop it on the screen if it does for my US viewers in case they want to try this foundation out. It's really cheap and affordable, so you might as well if the wear test comes good, you know what I mean? So that's what we have so far. I'm gonna start the wear test from now. So it's currently 4 o'clock in the afternoon and we're gonna do the pan. Dry down and it's like self-setting. I didn't know it was self-setting. It didn't say anywhere on the website that it was self-setting. I'm really, really surprised. Okay, we're gonna move on to concealer. So this is the Fresh and Flawless Conceal and Contour Concealer. It comes in 10 shades ranging from light all the way up to deep. So this concealer is creamy and full coverage. You can use it to contour, highlight, or just add a little bit of extra zhuzh to your skin. I mean, you wouldn't need to with a full coverage foundation like this is. Like, this is something else. Like, can I just say just how full coverage this foundation is? I'm really surprised. But let's get into the concealer. I've got 2 shades. I've got Fawn and I've got Deep. Deep is deeper than Fawn. I will swatch these on my arm for you guys, my hand. So this is Fawn. And this is the shade Deep. Ooh, Deep is pretty dark. I could probably even use this all over my face. Alright, let's start with Fawn, because I feel like Deep's just a little bit too dark. Just like the foundation, it does have a really thin consistency. I'm going to use a sponge on this side. I'm going to use, a brush on this side, and I'll use a sponge for the concealer on this side. I just want to see what I can do with it. That's a concealer with a brush. Because the consistency isn't very thick going with a sponge. I feel like I need to either let it sit for a little bit, but I can't let it sit for too long because it does dry quite quickly. Not super quick, but you don't want to let it sit for too long. I'm gonna do a second layer just on this side. And if I like the effect, I will do it on the other side for the brush side. I just feel like it needs a little bit more just because it's so thin. That's better. Okay, let it sit on the skin for a little bit or do 2 layers. Up to you. But I think letting it sit for a little bit amps up the coverage. I feel like it's not as full coverage as the foundation. So I let it sit for about 20 seconds, 20-30 seconds. And I find that it works better. I'm gonna go ahead and set her using the Mercier Translucent Deep. So the concealer, unlike the foundation, does need to be set with powder. Just find that it's not drying down like the powder was, like the foundation was. I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face just so that I can, I don't know, just make sure that it is set. It feels set, but you can't be too sure, you know what I mean? Just lightly, not doing it too crazy. Like I said, it feels set already. So just going in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, I'm going to just take down some of that powderiness. I go through this so quickly, guys. You've no idea. I don't know. It runs out so quick. 82.8 mils of fluid in here. It's not a lot. Now let's go ahead and finish the rest of my face before we move on to eyes. I will just go ahead and do everything. I'll just probably fast forward this bit if you want to go flip over to the actual eye look. Otherwise, yeah, stick around, I suppose.
Know the taste of your lips under palm trees, somewhere a million miles away. You look like you wanna try the same. I love it. The wind in the tide in the morning, a beautiful breeze. Lay right under the sun, it's 100 degrees. Follow me to waters crystal clear. You and I like to lay low.
Okay, welcome back, guys. My face is done, like the base. So next we're gonna move on to the eyes. Oh, actually, before we move on to the eyes, this brand is vegan and cruelty free. I forgot to mention that earlier. I must stress how, you know, all those things. And also, before we move on, I will put some of my foundation shades up on the screen for you guys here, just so you guys have a reference to, you know, whether it will this shade will suit you or not. So the Australis Mesmerize eyeshadow palette retails for $25.95 AUD, and you can get it from all the places that sell Australis, obviously. It has 20 shades ranging from soft pink to bold berry and pale peach and chocolate brown. It has shimmers, mattes, and glitter shadows in it here. So we're gonna do like a really simple look. I will zoom you guys in a bit further just so you can see what's going on my eyes. Yes. Well, hello there. You guys are nice and close, Let's start off with the P. Louise base in Rumor 5. This is the shade that I use for my eyes, for my complexion. Love, obsessed. And I'm patting it all the way up to the brow. I've been doing so many pink, purple looks, and I'm not going to be able to get away with that today because, well, it's all pink and purple, so I don't know what you want me to do at this point. Just darken that a little bit so you guys can actually like see the shades. Okay, first thing off the bat, it's really hard to tell what is a shimmer and what is a matte. It looks like there's like 3 shimmers here, and this is probably a shimmer, and then the rest are mattes. Maybe that's a shimmer, I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell because the mattes look like they have shimmer in them, like they're a satin matte. Let's go in this shade here. Picks up quite a bit on the brush. Okay, so the more I use this shadow, the more it becomes matte, if that makes any sense. It's like it's got an overspray because it's looking more and more matte the more I wear it. And you don't really have to pack on the shade. You can just go in with a loaded brush and you'll actually get more payoff that way than like packing it on like I did on this side. So this side I just swiped it on, this side was like trying to pack it on, and it just wasn't turning out the same. Just gonna deepen this. All right, there's some shades in here that I can't use just because it's just too light, but let's go into this shade here. I'm gonna use this to blend out the edges. I'm gonna put this purple on the lower lash line. Whoa, that shade is insane. It is a shimmer. See what I mean? I can't tell what a shimmer, like what's a shimmer and what's not. Okay, let's create some dimension. We're supposed to have browns. I don't see any browns. Like maybe this is a brown, but it looks more like a purple to me. We're gonna go into this shade here. Let's see if we can't create some dimension. These shades are so weird. I mean, yeah, they're blendable because most of them have shimmer in them. And I bought this online. Had I seen this in person, like in store, I probably would not have purchased it. I'm gonna be real, just because I'm so used to like other formulas, and I can't say that I like this formula very much. I don't know, guys. I don't know about this look. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm just kind of like, I'm just playing. Like, I'm honestly just trying to see what I can do with these shades. Okay, you cannot overblend these because it gets to a point where it's not gonna blend any further. Doesn't matter what you do. Okay. All right, let's put a lid shade. I don't know. Maybe I should just make this all like. I mean, I feel like I could probably smoke out the lid, but it's not deep enough to smoke it out either. It's really quite bizarre. It's a weird shade. Okay, so that's this shade here. Looks relatively shimmery. All right, let's try a wet brush with that same shade. Okay, can get a float effect with the brush, but it looks better with the finger kind of pressed on. Okay, gonna go in with an even lighter shade for the inner corner. Ooh, a little bit of fallout. Wow, my eyes just started watering. Like crazy. What the heck? My eyes don't normally water, but I can go insane and my eyes won't water. So I'm not sure what is going on there. Woo, get it together, girl. Back into that brown, and we're just gonna blend those edges together. Nah, son, this eyeshadow palette is a no. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like dried like all crinkled and like separated. It's so weird. Sorry guys, I'm just patting some more of that shade over the top to see if I can't get rid of those crinkles. It's like when it was wet, it dried down weird. Now I'm going in with that peachy pink shade there on top of where I placed it before, where it was going all crinkly. And I'm actually blending it with my finger. I swear I have like 8 layers at this point. Now I just want to define that crease just a little bit. So I'm going to take a winged liner brush. This is the Zoeva Winged Liner 317. I'm going to go into that brown shade. And I'm just going to trace just along the top there. Just like that. Just so I've got a bit more definition. Because I lost it with all the finger application. I'm not impressed. Anyway, I'll zoom you guys back out again, and I'll be back for my first check-in, which will be the 3-hour mark. We're doing 6 hours today. Oh, itchy. We're doing 6 hours today, so I will be back in like literally an hour with my full beat, and we can have a look at my face then. All right. Guys, welcome back. It has been 3 hours. Yeah, I started at 5. No, I started at 4. So it's been 4 hours. Shoot, my bad. I was supposed to come back at 3-hour mark. It's been 4 hours. I have filmed another video between now and again. It's a product empties video. I will link that video once it's up. It's gonna go up after this one, I believe. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. But yeah. Product empties is what I filmed in between all this. Now that I've been back, you guys haven't seen me since I've been back. My eyes have been like running and irritated this whole time. I want to take all of this off so bad. Like, not the foundation, the eyes. The eyes, I know they say beauty is pain, but girl, I am not here for it, okay? Like, this is not, it's cute or whatever, but like, no, I'm not here for it. This eyeshadow palette, I'm never gonna use it again. So there's my review on that. Never. So it's been 4 hours. There it is. So I've got 2 more hours to go. So 10 o'clock will be like the 6 hours, which was the most that I was gonna, you know, do for you guys today. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Your girl go to sleep. So let's zoom you guys in and we can have a close look at my face real quick. I said Toby. It's not bad. Just I cannot deal with these dang, like, not the lashes, the eyeshadow. Just here, you can see it's like worn off because I keep rubbing at my eyes. Like, I cannot wait to take this off in a couple of hours. You have no idea. Anyway, the skin is what we're looking at, and there's no change. Concealer looks good. The foundation looks good. Hasn't got any darker. Yeah. It looks good, guys. I mean, there's not much to say. I'll be back in a couple of hours. It's been 4 hours. So if this is 4 hours where usually I can tell where this is going, and I think you guys can tell too, that it looks like it's doing something, especially because it's full coverage and so light and airy. I'm really impressed. Anyway, I'll be back in a couple of hours and we can discuss some things. But right now, the way it's sitting, it looks really, really good from what I can see. And I'm really happy with it. And I see myself using this foundation again. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. is the time. We've reached the end. We have done the 6 hours. Like I said earlier, we did come back at the 4-hour mark, which was 8 o'clock. So it's been 2 hours since then, and as you can see, this is what my face is looking like. I would have shown you guys the side by sides. You would have seen that. Let's zoom you guys in a little bit closer so you can have a look at what my skin is currently doing. Could retouch on the lipstick, but that's okay. Yeah, so that's what my skin is currently doing. It's not too bad, hey. It's I don't see very much oil coming through, the tiniest bit. I really wish I was doing this wear test for a bit longer, but that's not the case. Okay, so let's zoom you guys back out again and we can continue the review portion of this video. Okay, so this is the review portion of this video. What we're going to be looking at is oil control, performance, and I will give it a grade from A+ being the best to F being a fail. So first, to do the oil control, I always take a Shiseido blotting sheet. I always take one to start off with. So generally with the oil control test, is if I use 1 or 2 sheets is considered really good oil control. 3 to 4 sheets is considered medium oil control. Anything more than 4 is considered really bad oil control. So we're going ahead and just blot. Can you guys see that? That's it. So after 6 hours, there is hardly any oil coming through. I'm amazed. I really am. So oil control is a big fat A+. So moving on to performance. So as it suggests, you can use a brush, fingers, or a sponge. You can use any of those options to apply this foundation, and I agree 100%. This is the brush side, this is the sponge side, and it looks exactly the same. Like, there's no difference. There's no difference in coverage. I said earlier, and I stand corrected. I sit corrected. I was thinking because it was so watery that the sponge would soak it up. No, it didn't do that. It blends out easy. No issues, whether it's the brush or the sponge. Works really well with all my other products. You guys would have seen me apply the concealer, and we'll get to the concealer in a little bit. But you would have seen me apply blush and bronzer. Foundation didn't lift off with any of the other products, so it works well with other products really quite well. Now, in terms of oxidation, I don't feel like it oxidized. I feel like the shade that I used was just a tad too dark. I would love to see a shade a little bit lighter, but I'm pretty sure the shade that's kind of light equivalent in the warm category is that touch too light. It's in the tan category. So maybe there needs to be a shade between the tan and the deep. Maybe in the future, Australis, maybe. But yeah, it's a little tiny bit too dark, but it definitely didn't oxidize, and I was able to kind of work with it, you know, use a lighter concealer to bring out the contrast, you know what I mean? So not really mad at that. I do not see any fading, lifting at all. No fading, no lifting after 6 hours of wear. I don't even feel like I've got anything on my face. The claim that it's lightweight is A1. Definitely lightweight formula. You do not feel like you've got anything on your face. In fact, this eyeshadow and lashes feel heavier than my foundation. Normally I don't feel my lashes at all, but my eyes have been a little bit irritated with the eyeshadow palette that I use, the MESMERIZE eyeshadow palette by Australis. Yeah, it was not for me, but we'll get to that. Oh, and the fact that it dried down without any powder. Like, it was set, like set, definitely set. I would say the finish would be natural. I wouldn't say it was matte. I've used matte foundations. In conclusion, I would give this foundation an A+. There's a number of foundations that I've got kind of in rotation each couple of days. Like I tried this for a couple of days, tried that for a couple of days. I've been stuck on the Fenty Beauty for hydrating foundation. I've been stuck on the Anastasia. Well, I'm adding this one to my rotation. I really do like it. It's up there in terms of like affordability, drugstore, good option. I really think you guys should at least try it because it's inexpensive. It's like 25 bucks, not even. So yeah. Now talking about the concealer I like. It's a little bit on the watery side for me. I like it to be a bit more like thicker and creamier. This one is a little bit on the watery side. I did have to build it up, like put 2 layers. I like the application better with a, I reckon I like it better with a sponge. I mean, I have been using a brush lately for my concealer, but with this concealer, I feel like using a beauty blender or beauty sponge, would be better, only because I'm gonna try it sitting, letting it sit, and you know, to keep the coverage basically. So I like it. I think the shade Fawn is really good for my complexion. A little bit light, but deep was definitely too dark. You guys would have seen the swatches. Yeah. And then the eyeshadow palette, last but not least, this dang eyeshadow palette. Australis, you need to work on your eyeshadow formula. Like, y'all need to go back to the drawing board and try again. No offense, but it irritated my eyes. Like, I cannot wait to take this eyeshadow off. I found that the shimmer shade, when it's applied wet and applied to the eye wet, when it dries, it cracks and like leaves little, like where it's separated, like when you blink, like all the wrinkles, like it's just settled into the lines, or it cracked on drying. With the cracking, it will like leave fallout, because I didn't have any fallout when I applied it wet, but then suddenly I'd blink and I'd move my eyes and I'd get fallout on my cheek. I hadn't even done anything. Like, what is that? I found that I couldn't tell which was a matte and which was a shimmer. I mean, the shimmers, when you used it, you're like, oh crap, this is an actual shimmer. When you compare it to the mattes, yeah, okay, the mattes seem more matte-like, but when you compare those mattes to other true mattes, it's not a matte, it's a satin. Like, I'm gonna be putting shimmer up in my crease. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, you can do that, but when you're not wanting that effect, it becomes a problem. It really does become a problem. This look that I came up with, I like it. I mean, it's nice, it's light, it's airy, definitely not smoky. I'm able to really smoke out a look with the palette. The deep shade, because it's got so much shimmer in it, doesn't really smoke out a look at all, but I don't think that's what they were aiming for with the palette. It looks like it's supposed to be all like light shades, kind of like fairy floss, like really kind of like light shades. Not that it doesn't have pigment, and not that it's not for deep skin, just the shades I found, especially the metallics, and a lot of the mattes are all light shades. I obviously went for the deeper shades in the palette because I have a deeper complexion. So if you are my complexion or thereabouts, I mean, you could try it. I would swatch it if it's available to swatch in store, just to get a feel of what the shadows are like. Had I seen it in store and had I swatched it in store, I definitely wouldn't have picked it up. Let's be real. And yeah, I'm probably gonna pass it along. It's not for me. I don't like the formula. But you know, that's not to say that other people do like the formula. I'm just not one of them. The foundation and the concealer I am here for. You will see me use these products again. I'm gonna be doing some chit chat, get ready with me in the future, because I want to, you know, let you guys know my personality a bit more and my viewpoints, and I'm going to touch on things that I'm, you know, thinking about, and yeah, and just, you know, just have a discussion, that kind of thing. We're doing some things. I'm trying to bring you guys some content, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I've been talking for too long. This video is going to be a long one again. I'm trying to cut down on how long these videos are. I'm a go now. Okay, I love you all. I will see you on the next video. Take care, my doves.